What's up everyone, and hello to both the One Piece community and my viewers alike. I'm Damien Pyro, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. Today, I'm beginning to share my first ever theory video, and it's on the origins of devil fruits. So buckle up and let's dive in. But first, let's have a quick disclaimer. This theory video will be including any and all information that I can get upon Haki and devil fruits, leading up to the most current chapter as of me recording this, which is 1126, possibly 1127 by the time I'm finished. Also, any and all images that you see in this video will be either AI created or screenshots that have been taken from the One Piece manga using the Shonen Jump app, or taken from Oda's SBS page. Also, any music that is not created by me will be credited in the description below. Thank you, and let's continue on with the video. I'd like to start off by pointing out that dreams and willpower are two themes that run heavily throughout One Piece, and that the effects seem to go hand in hand. As we can see starting in Oda's SBS volume 89, where we got the good timeline version versus the bad timeline version of Luffy, as well as the other Straw Hats later on in other SBSs. And where they seem to change appearance based off whether or not that they chased their dreams. For example, in a good timeline, we see that at ages 40 and 60, Luffy looks like both Shanks and then Garp respectively, and that in the bad timeline, he looked like Blackbeard at 40, saying that chasing the One Piece is foolish, and that the old geezer form that he took at 60 appears to be in bad shape. And another example of this, in a more active measure, is actually Blackbeard himself, who looked more akin to a hobo during his first appearance in Mocktown in Chapter 233 and Episode 146 respectively, and when he wasn't actively chasing his dream, versus being covered in jewels and much better dressed in the current story after he had began to chase his dream for about 2 years now. At that point. And so due to this, it is my belief that dreams are a powerful force in One Piece. But so is willpower. In fact, to my understanding, it is the primary source of power for Haki. And it's my belief that a combination of these two forces is what brought about the first devil fruits. So with that being said, the first thing I'd like to bring to your attention is the reveal that we got in chapter 1069 of the manga and episode 1100 of the anime, of Vegapunk's own theory that the devil fruits were willed into existence, and that the devil fruits' power users live in a different reality dreamed up by other people's desires to be like this or to be able to do that, and so gain unnatural abilities and are punished by Mother Nature. But what if it was the means by which this power was obtained that is the reason for punishment, and not the powers themselves? What if the reason that they are being punished is by obtaining this power unnaturally, and so Mother Nature, being represented by the sea, takes away their abilities to swim, due to them gaining these powers that they were not born with? Well, it's for this reason that I believe that Haki users may be the reason that devil fruits exist in the first place. After all, what is Haki? Well, according to Silver's Rayleigh in chapter 597, Haki is a power available for all living beings and is the manifestation of one's own spirit or willpower. And most living beings never learn to tap into it, so they go their entire lives without reaching their full potential. Haki, as he described, can be split into 3 categories, or colors. First being the color of observation, or observation Haki. Training this Haki can allow one to sense the numbers and intent of the other living beings, as well as predict the moves of your opponents, as we see with Mantra on Skypiea, or we see further with Usopp, as he's able to see exactly where Sugar is when hiding inside the castle, which was outside of his view on Dressrosa, and even go so far as to see the future, as we see with Katakuri on Whole Cake Island, and even stop others from being able to do so, as it's been mentioned Shanks being able to do in this very thing. The second is the color of arms or armament Haki. Training this can allow one to coat themselves in invisible armor that we first see visualized after the time skip, as Luffy uses it to reinforce his rubber body to use a whole new arsenal of moves, and even a new gear as revealed in Dressrosa. Rayleigh also explains how it can be used as a weapon when he uses it to send a giant elephant flying without even touching it, which we later find out is called Advanced Armament Haki, or Ryuo in Wano. and it can even be used to bypass your opponent's natural defenses. This allows people to harm even Devil Fruit users like Luffy, for example, who is normally immune to blunt attacks due to his rubber body, to be harmed with a simple punch, or Logia users to be hit in general, as they are usually made out of elements and use these elements to either evade or reflect their opponent's attacks. And lastly, we have the color of the Supreme King, or Conqueror's Haki. It's a more rare type of Haki, but most likely anyone making a big impact in the One Piece world will have it. This is a power which allows one to exert their will over others, causing them to pass out or maybe even be inflicted physical harm if their willpower does not come close enough to the one using the Conqueror's spirit. And this same color of the Supreme King can be used to reinforce other types of Haki via Conqueror's Coding, a process in which I assume that one amplifies the armament and observation Haki abilities to a further point beyond where they would be able to obtain without it. And this same ability, in fact, is the reason myself and other theorists believe that this is how Shanks is able to stop others from seeing the future, as he was stated being able to do. So you may be asking yourself by this point, what does this have to do with Devil Fruits? Well, I believe that an ancient civilization predating that of even the Void Century, either as an individual person or groups of people, actually rose their Haki to the points that they would be able to have Devil Fruit-like abilities, and that the combination of these people or peoples with such abilities that were made by Haki either died and their will was so strong that it changed a nearby fruit to be able to pass on such abilities, or that the collective will of certain groups had a similar such effect, creating the first Devil Fruits, and that by consuming these fruits people were able to unnaturally obtain these same powers, making them hated by Mother Nature. And if you think that is crazy, and a bit of a stretch, just think of how much crazier is it than willing a suit of invisible armor onto one's body, or being able to throw slashes from the edge of one's swords, willing one to see the future, willing oneself to hit a man made of light, or exerting your will over a lesser-willed beings to make them flee, as seen with Shanks against the Sea King in Luffy's backstory, or make them pass out like with Rayleigh on Sabaody, or Luffy at Fishman Island, or even Shanks on Whitebeard's ship. How much crazier is it than people willing themselves to be made of diamond or fire, to have bodies made from ice, stone, lightning, light, magma, or even darkness, to will themselves to have control over souls or the world around them, to transform themselves into weapons or animals, even ancient mythological beasts, or even that of gods, for that matter. I've seen Sanji, with no Devil Fruit, light his legs on fire for the Diable Jambe, and Luffy light his fist on fire to be able to do the Red Hawk underwater. So if they can will themselves to do such crazy things, then why can't it be possible that the combined dreams and willpower of these ancient people were able to, through Haki and possibly various other means, bring forth the first Devil Fruits, and that over the centuries that power either was dwindled or diluted? After all, if I could eat a fruit and become a man of light, why would I ever dream of being made of light? So before you leave, I hope I was able to get my point across and possibly instill in your mind that it's possible that Haki, the power that Kaido claimed to be above everything, is responsible in part for the existence of Devil Fruits. Thank you. This is my first theory. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope I'm able to make others for you guys in the future. And one last thing, I would like to apologize for me mincing up my words, especially towards the end there, but I got tired of doing retakes and figured it'd probably be better just to go ahead and get my theory out here to you all. So I hope you enjoyed and hope to see you again.